Welcome to the Kiwi Odyssey channel. Cat's Log. Sea date 21st and the 22nd of June 2025. And welcome to San Francisco. As you'll be able to tell, it's a bit of a milestone making it here. So you can see the Golden Gate Bridge, and we get to see Alcatraz for the very first time. Here we go. Oh, there's people push biking on there.
Now.
Oh, you can hear the traffic on it. Go there. Go there, babe. We're going underneath. How close are we going to get? Heaps of room.
No problem at all.
Not like the Sevilla Bridge, eh? That was close. Hey! But there's another one.
It couldn't be done.
Oh yeah.
No, you were a believer.
So you have just witnessed the Villa V Odyssey going under the Golden Gate Bridge, heading to San Francisco, which is quite a milestone actually, and I'm really glad to be part of it. It's a really cool place, San Francisco, and I really wish we had more time here. We only spent a day and a half, which is still more than most cruise ships, so I'm not complaining. And we hopped on a hop-on hop-off bus today, and we actually got to drive over the Golden Gate Bridge as well, so that was pretty cool. And taking photos of the stunning backdrop of San Francisco City at night with all these beautiful lights. Oh my goodness. And the view we had outside our bedroom window. It was just amazing. We also found Pier 39 with Bubba Gump shrimp, which I didn't even know was a real thing, but apparently it is. And we found some cool sea lions. Everyone's like, why are you bothering me? After the entertainment of the sea lions, it was time for us to go to Alcatraz. So we got to see this cool model of what the island actually looks like, and then we had to line up in line to catch the ferry over. The line was very large. So when you book a time for the boat ride. Once you have your boat ride, you're allowed to stay on the island as long as you like, as long as you are on the last boat out of there. We got an awesome tour by a guy who knew one or two of the people who were incarcerated here. He had some amazing stories about what happened, including the gardens that were started by the prison wardens' wives. You got to pick up an audio tour from the shower room when you entered the prison, and then they had some of the old wardens actually talking on the audio tour, taking you around the building. What can you say about this place? Well, the cells are small, and they do have a little view outside on the recreation area if you're sitting at the top. But they also have a huge colony of cormorants and seagulls nesting here. Oh, it's gorgeous. You can see some of the beautiful gardens that have been planted, and I don't think I have ever seen a baby seagull, but now I've seen lots of them, and oh my gosh, they are so cute. Your little baby over here. Where are you? So we got to see the recreational yard and their solitary confinement and these small cells, and they were set up as how they would have had them a little bit in the day, and where they would have visitors if they got to have visitors, you know, where you sit either side. And I don't know if they had telephones to talk to each other, because it didn't look like there was one, but maybe they did. But then we got to learn about the escape. Yes, we have seen the movie, but now I even got to see the dummy heads and where the holes were, and the story on how they actually broke their spoons and then used the end of the spoon like a pick. They did have some views where they all ate, but there was also a kitchen that was behind the bars, and then they had to have shadows where the knives were so they could tell if one had been stolen. And they had gas canisters in the room in case things got unruly.
You'll also notice that some of the doors are sliding to the left, or others are sliding to the right. That's to balance that track system so the weight isn't shifting all in one direction. You'll also notice another safety feature. The Death Star door is closing behind Darth Vader, and that's why it's back. There's also the main gates in Jurassic Park. And it was the hospital in Terminator 2.
We just happened upon that guy that was explaining the doors just as we were leaving, and he was saying that they use that sound in a lot of the movies, so that's what he was explaining, which was really fascinating. Some more of the beautiful gardens that were planted, and Mark hopping in a cell, so why not? And there's a lighthouse there, and we all know Mark really likes lighthouses, so we got that shot. Unfortunately, the warden's house was burnt down, so that's what it looks like now, which is sad. Now, we spent about 4 hours on Alcatraz and totally could have spent longer, so it's absolutely worth a visit. So Alcatraz actually started its life just as a fort on the island, and then it was used for a lighthouse, and also then they built the prison. So the first prison was actually down there. That's all they had, and that was for army people. But that's the only guard tower left, unfortunately. They had a lot of them, but they rebuilt that one specifically for the movie, so that's helpful to them. One of the famous things to eat around here is the seafood chowder in a sourdough bowl, so we need to make sure that we did that. And we found Oreo churros, so we had to try that as well. Then back onto the ship, I had Bible study, and just as it finished, we actually sailed under the Golden Gate Bridge to sail away.